What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy here, ACG, Afro Car Guy. If it's your first time swinging by, go ahead and stop, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon, and let's jump straight into today's video. Today is another special video because now I'm kind of reaching out to a lot of my followers and subscribers and asking them what are some special questions they may have about me or my build. So, after that post, there was a lot of questions. So, like I said, I'm going to do my best to answer each and every one of them, obviously the legitimate ones, and answer to the best of my ability. And if this goes well, if this goes well, we can definitely see to do this again in the future. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram at pretty much the same thing, Afro Car Guy. So kicking this off, I tried pulling everything up on my Instagram, but I record using my phone, so I had to like screenshot everything and send it to email to my laptop so I can, y'all can kind of get where I'm going with this. Okay. All right. So the first legitimate question is from Zor_Sies, ZOR_SIES. I'm gonna be tagging them in the video and throwing up their Instagram over here in this general area. All right. So his question was, what is the sizing of your wheels? I get this question so many times. I probably should have wrote all these questions out beforehand for you guys. Nah, I think I should be good. Okay, well, the sizing of my wheels. All right, so my front wheels are 19 by 10. Actually, before I do that, let me be sure, because I get asked this question so many times, and it's weird because I low-key forget. Specs, please. Okay, so my wheel size is a 19 by 10 up front with a -19 offset, and my rears are 19 by 12 +6 offset. Ordering the Ford Stars, I needed like the widest I can get with the lowest offset. And these were the widest we could get with the lowest offsets in their category, if that makes sense. So the -19 up front did a good job eliminating that massive spacer I had up there. It was like a 3-inch spacer, so I'm down to like ½ inch spacer. But in the rear, we only saved like 1 inch worth of space because we still have a 3-inch spacer back there. The +6 was as negative as we could get for it to be that wide. So yeah, I don't want to reveal anything else. I just want to keep it kind of streamlined, just answering those specific questions. But yeah, Zor, that is the size of my wheels. 19 by 10, -19, and the rears are 19 by 12 +6. Okay, moving on up. TK.JRod. Your question was, very simple question, why an Eclipse? I think that's a simpler question than you would think. All right, for time's sake, why an Eclipse? Okay, TK, well, ultimately, the Eclipse was completely by accident. If we're gonna keep it like point blank period, the Eclipse was a total mistake accident. I originally wanted a Mustang, like, I'm not gonna say like everyone else, because there's nothing wrong with wanting a Mustang or, like I said, a more common car. Because it's, it'll be easy to work on. It's funner. There's a reason why you want it, because it's common. It looks cool. So I wanted a Mustang, whether it been a V8 or V6. I wanted one. But on the hunt, of course, your parents, those things aren't safe. They're gonna wrap you around the tree, and that may have been true, may not have been true. Who knows? So my mom wasn't too keen on trying to get me a Mustang, but she was kind of going along with it. But I also knew she wasn't too keen on it, so I was kind of staying open to anything I wanted to get at the time. So I went to a Nissan dealership. I think it was the Eclipse that caught my eye, and one thing led to another, and bada bing, bada boom, a couple hours later, we was walking out with a 2011 GS Sport instead of a Mustang. So completely by accident. Really though, that's kind of how some of the best things in life happen are by accident. So I'm not mad at me having the Eclipse. Because it definitely got me to the point where I'm at now. So it wasn't like I went in there saying I want an Eclipse, this is exactly what I'm finna do to it. No, it just happened by chance. Made it up as I went along. So To answer your question, TK, why an Eclipse? Completely by accident. Was not set out to get an Eclipse to begin with. Okay, next question up. This one is from Luke 0858582. He's actually one of my car reviewees in the BMW 335i twin turbo, pretty much like the BMW version of the Super. Okay, I'll probably tag that video up here. But Luke asks, do you think you'd feature any more European cars? Quick answer, yes. I have several lined up, but everyone's still kind of building their cars and stuff, so kind of just waiting on people to get back to me when they're ready to have their cars be reviewed and stuff. But my reviews are really for any car. I'm not biased or one way towards any car I review. The car just has to be obviously heavily modified or heavily quirky. I'm not reviewing a stock Toyota Camry or a stock Mustang. No offense, like I said, it is only for the reach on the YouTube channel and reach. Like I said again, if you're searching through YouTube, what's gonna catch your eye quicker? A built, wide body, big wing, turbocharged V6 Mustang, or a stock body V6 Mustang with no exterior or interior, nothing done to it. It's just easier to not to say clickbait, but just easier human nature for you want to click that other object that looks more interesting than the other object. So it just makes it easier for people to click on your videos and therefore push up your viewage and exposure. So like I said, it has to be a heavily modified car. It just has to be modified in general in some way to stand out, preferably heavily modified. Okay, we'll just say heavily modified. Or heavily quirky, like a Lotus Evora or something like that. Like, yeah, it may be stock, but it's a Lotus Evora. That's different. Okay. Next question up, Robbie _boy123. Were your original plans to buy a 4G Eclipse and throw a kit on it, or did it happen out of the blue? That's funny. You literally kind of just answered this question a second ago. Completely out of the blue. When I got this car, I had no idea what I was getting into. I had no idea what power goals to look forward to, what body. I literally just made it up as I went along. And I can say I got lucky. I mean, when I first got the car, I did like the basic minimal stuff, you know, straight pipe, maybe like I did do it, intake, a hood, and then as time went on, I got more and more into the scene. I started seeing more and more of what passes as cool. And then that's when I started doing my own little research and 2 cents, and bada bing, bada boom. That's when I found Drowsy Eclipse, and that's when I saw pretty much if anything you want done to your car isn't done, make it get done. Build it, custom. That's what I like a lot about this car. Everything on it is pretty much 100% custom made. Nothing on it could be store bought. And that's what makes the journey fun, because I can pull up to any show and no one else is gonna be looking like me. You know, I may have another 350Z with the same kit and wing as me, but you're a 350Z, I'm an Eclipse. I went a lot further to do this than you did. That isn't to knock their hard work, but what I'm saying is, like, I know my car is one of one, especially local to Atlanta, so. So to answer your question, Robbie, yes, it was completely out of the blue. No intent to do any of that. Okay, so we got 3 for 3 for Robbie, actually. So Robbie's second question is, if you could trade your car for another greater or equal to the value of Eclipse, would you, and why? Ooh, you gotta put me on the spot, Robbie. If you could trade your car for another equal or greater to the value of your Eclipse. Okay. I actually did this a while ago, breaking down the price of the car as far as like the modified seller price, because you know when you see people selling the modified cars, even though the dealerships ain't gonna pay nothing for them, we're not gonna lowball ourselves because we know what we put into it. Okay, so crunching my numbers, I more or less came out around 15,000. Low case scenario. This is before turbo and 3-piece wheels. If we include turbo and 3-piece wheels into the price of the 15,000, we're somewhere around $20,000-ish. And that's literally more or less all modifications. Because if the car was bone stock with the current mileage it has, it'd probably be worth no more than 3, 4. No, it definitely ain't getting nowhere past 5,000. I don't even think it's worth that I don't even think barely even 3,000. The cars stock, they're not worth, they don't have any real value. So this is like 100% modifications pushing the value up. Okay, so we're just gonna shoot somewhere in the middle there. We're just gonna say 17,000. Because they don't have the turbo and 3-piece wheels on the car yet, but I know it's still gonna flutter up. But just to keep the numbers on, so we're gonna say 17,000. Okay. What car of equal value to 17,000 would I get? You know, I'm not even gonna do it, but to be honest, I do not think I would be able to trade my Eclipse in. It'd be like one of the hardest things I'd have to do. I put so much time and money and effort and exposure and work into this car. To get rid of it, I feel like it's like it's a piece of me, man. Like, I've been building this thing for almost 4 to 5 years. So to hand someone else the keys to another car and they hand me, oof. Even what, like a C8 or something like that, or you know, a Lamborghini, we're gonna just shoot high. I mean, nah, man, I'm thrilled. I really want to say yes, but I can't do it, bro. Maybe if I didn't invest so much time into it or uniqueness, I'd have been more open to it. But all the work I've done to this car to get it to where it is now, especially when I first started in the scene, like the amount of looks were like non-existent. Yeah, nah, man. I might have to pass you up on that offer. Last one from Robbie. What would you say for advice to a young car enthusiast who have little money to start off? What would I say to a young car enthusiast? You know, I actually just had it and then it just right out my head. Okay. Robbie. To a young car enthusiast, what would I say to have little money to start off? Do what you can and be persistent with it. I say that to say, yes, cars are an expensive hobby, but there are aspects of things you can still do to your car that are cost effective, and if done the right way, it can still look pretty nice. So I believe this is more or less gonna make you your own handyman. If you really wanna get into cars that deeply but don't have the money, you gotta start working on your car yourself. So, you know, oof. Your first car isn't gonna be no $50,000, $40,000 car. Your first couple modifications are gonna be that $2,000 exhaust and stuff. That's just not how beginners start off. What you're gonna start off with, like any car person, you're gonna start off with the basics. Maybe a muffler delete, an intake. You're probably gonna plastic dip your wheels and some lowering springs. So there are ways around the money portion. How much money to start off with is what's probably throwing me for a loop. If you probably don't have a job at all and you just have a car, you know, show up to the meets and stuff. Be present, because just being around, you know the old phrase, birds of a feather flock together. So if you're flying around a bunch of other eagles, in car terms, if you're driving around a bunch of dudes that have the cars that you want, 9 times out of 10, you're eventually gonna be the dude with that car, because you're gonna build that drive to want to end up in that car. Okay. So, yeah, to that. Now, if you have little money, like I said, still be present. You know, scratch all that. Be present. If you have little money to start off, just be present. The more you continue to show your face and the more you continue to like soak in the environment and the aura of what that car scene is that you want to be a part of so bad, the sooner you will become what you're around. And I say that to say, because that happened to me. You know, like I went in building the Eclipse not to blow up like this, not trying to toot my own horn, nothing like that, guys, excuse me. I went in, that thing I was gonna wide body bag, big wing. I just went in because this is what I like to do. And as I kind of sat around all these dudes with these type of builds, that's kind of where the universe pushed me and what I wanted for myself, because it's like, dang, that's cool, I want to get like that. and that's what I did for myself. So it's honestly just somewhere to start, bro. Just be present. That's my advice to you. Be present. Oof. I hope I did that right. All right. Following up that question is the Mata _ What exhaust setup do you have? Sounds like a catback or a straight pipe. Just curious. The Mata. I have a straight pipe from my third catback. The Eclipse comes with 3 cats, 2 coming straight out of the I'm about to say headers. We're just gonna say headers. 2 coming out the headers, and 1 big fat boy right underneath the car. And then you go into your resonator, and then your mufflers, and then you got your exhaust tip. So I got a resonator to delete, and I got a muffler to delete. So I didn't delete that third cat yet. As I said, that wasn't revealed nothing yet. But yeah, I didn't delete the third cat yet, and that's kind of how my car sounds. So it is not a catback. I actually have no legitimate exhaust, but yes, it is a straight pipe. To keep it plain and simple. All right, moving on. Okay. Marcus.rmzzz. Yo, do you think I could fit a dual exhaust bumper to an 06 Eclipse GT? Yes. On to next. Easy. No, I'm joking. Okay, Marcus. I'm not gonna say I'm sure, but the body lines are still so freaking similar, it'd be impossible not to. So, I think in 2011 or 10, but I'm gonna say 11, that's when the Eclipse got its facelift. And the facelift was literally just a new bumper and rear bumper design with the fog lights. Other than that, it's pretty much the exact same car. So, yes, you can take the facelifted design, the facelifted bumpers, and put them on the non-facelifted models. They do work. I've seen it done, yes. So yes, you can fit a dual exit bumper exhaust to an 06 Eclipse GT. You just gotta run the new exhaust pipes and stuff and hangers and things. So yes, it will work because essentially they are the exact same car. It's just better, not better, just looks different, I guess. Yeah. Cedric _ 2016. Cedric, when you are ready to pull the trigger in the Skyline. Oh man, wrong question. I thought we was talking about legitimate ones. Okay. Here's his real one. My bad. Okay. How does it feel to be so close to completion, and do you have plans for another build? Cedric with the that's a good one. It feels freaking great, Cedric. Cause like I said, building this car for the past 4 or 5-ish years. And seeing where it started as far as people noticing it and as far as like it just being stock and me wanting so bad for it to fit into the scene and me learning more and more like, dang, it really is not going to fit into the scene, but it's like that's what made me want to fit in even more. So finally seeing it come to fruition and completion is like, oh boy, I'm almost to the end of the tunnel. But like any great story, there is an end. So do I have plans for another build? Yes. Yes, I do have plans for another build. When will that other build take place? I don't know yet, because I still don't know what I want yet, because I'm very indecisive. I have an idea of what I want. It's just I need to go test drive, get the feel, get an idea, and ultimately, what the money says, we'll pull a trigger. So give me like a year-ish time. Y'all will be seeing a new introduction on the channel. But yes, Cedric, I am super stoked that the car is finally almost done. And I'm even more stoked for what my next build has to offer. Moving on, Buki 4 GTT exhaust tip size. I never measured my exhaust tip before. I didn't know that thing did. Buki. I might have to personally message you myself to follow up, because honestly, my exhaust tips I ordered when I first started modifying the car all those years ago. I just typed in, I saw like a couple cars with that burnt titanium tip, that bluish metal looking stuff, and I was like, yeah, I want that. So I just hopped on eBay and I guess I typed in blue titanium tips, and I wanted my tips to be quad tips, staggered, and I just found some on eBay, and I think it was like $80 in California. And I wouldn't even remember any of the exact information for that, but like I said, I bought it, came down, slapped it on the car, and that's like one of the earliest modifications on the car, and I still love them. I love them. So yeah, Buki, I will personally message you myself if that is a question you're really curious about, and I don't want to leave you hanging. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to answer that one for this exact video. All right, next up is No3 Munez, N03 MUN0Z. I'm gonna call you No3. Yeah, I'm gonna call you No3. When is the manual transmission coming? Ooh, okay. That hurts. Nah, I'm joking. What y'all got against the auto, man? Jeez. Okay. Okay, I think I can answer this pretty conservatively. Ultimately, I am going to stay with the auto transmission until it throws up its guts. Yeah, that's what we're going with. We will not see a manual in the Eclipse until we get all 4 wheels rolling. Yeah. So to answer your question, we're gonna be pushing out auto, honestly, until it just can't go no more. And then we can consider a manual conversion. But that's after a few more bigger things are taken care of. So I'm not gonna rule it out, but I'm not gonna confirm it either. Yeah, I gotta keep y'all guessing. Next up is Y_Sheriff27. Never really knew, but is your Eclipse a GS or GT? And how much horsepower do you pull? Alright, this question again. Okay. Mine is a GS. It is the inline 4-cylinder NA. Stock power is 162 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque. How much horsepower do I pull? Okay. Big surprise, guys. Most show cars are not race cars. Or most show cars are not 1,000 horsepower builds. I know, right? It's crazy. No, like I said, I'm not being rude, just being funny. I guess, I don't know why, but some people have the I'm gonna just say the illusion or the train of thought that when you see a car with wide flares and big wings and this aggressive styling, 500, 2,000. No. Usually when people are modifying the cars, we can only do 1 or 2 at a time, unless you're just balling like that. And most of us car people are not balling like that. Most of us. You either balls to the wall into your motor, build that up in slight aesthetics, or balls to your wall on the aesthetics and slight motor modifications. And then you, like I said, you got the big ballers, balls to the wall all around the car, interior, exterior, motor, 1,000 horsepower. Yes, those type of things exist. There are the golden eggs. I am not a big baller though. I'm doing this baby steps at a time. So I am finishing up the aesthetics on my car, so pretty much the body is getting more or less done after we get these wheels in, and then we'll be moving into the motor and then the interior, and then should be more or less completed. Okay, so to answer your question, how much horsepower is mine putting down? When I dynoed it, I made 127 wheel horsepower. Laugh it up, guys. These cars aren't necessarily rocket ships from the factory. I didn't take a Mustang GT. I didn't take an R35. I didn't take whatever car that's pretty much fast from the factory. Y'all have that imagination. I didn't take something that was cool to begin with. I took something that was an underdog. Now I'm making it cool, but I'm still working with the underdog tone here. So we're making it, now we have what's gonna grab your visual attention, those aesthetics, the big wing, the wide body, the big tires, all that good stuff. Now that I have your attention, now I can open up to you. So there will be boost coming soon for the car to fix that baby horsepower. That does not mean the car is not fun. Big wing, wide tires, wide flares, yeah, she's a beast in them corners, bro. And she's on air suspension, so she's fun to drive. Just don't get me in a straight line, because I'm not gonna waste my gas with you. Underscore Juwan13, how much horsepower you got into it? Kind of just answer it, 127 to the wheel. We will be working on that. Yeah, kind of just went into a whole spiel on that. So if you want power out the gate, guys, just go get a GT. They come with like 260 from the factory. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like 230-ish, 220-ish to the wheel if you want power. Again, I'm trying to build something from the ground up, literally. I'm taking a freaking Magikarp. If y'all know what that is, any of my Pokemon guys are there. I'm trying to turn this guy into a Gyarados. I don't have no rare candies for it either. Shoot. Yeah, that works. Okay, on to the next question. Yeah, Juwan, we gonna get it there, man. Okay, Bunter _ Hintley asks, where do you get all your parts from? Everywhere. I guess one of the main places I shop at is AutoCityImports.com. They got a lot of stuff for the 4G. I want to say about the only place I got stuff for the 4G. eBay. And any other name brand website, like clearly I got my airlift management system from Airlift. I got my D2 air struts from, actually I got my D2 air struts from ProImportTuners.com. I believe they're still a website. I got my chassis mount wing from Battle Arrow. I got my fenders off of eBay. I got my intake off of Amazon. I got my radio from my uncle. I got the radio bezel from Amazon. Yeah, so a little bit of everywhere. Kind of like a Frankenstein collab sort of deal. So wherever I can find the parts, I get it. There's no specific place. Like, yeah, there's no one website has all type of thing. You just gotta do your research and look around. I find out that Facebook forums or the Facebook groups are real help with trying to single out or figure out where to do or how to get certain things for the car. Tabia.taco asks, do you plan on making your car faster, turbo or NA? Taco. Originally, I was going to try building the NA portion, just throw some nitrous in there, cam it, and I was like, nah, I gotta boost this guy. So yes, the car is getting a big old swirly boy in there pretty soon. How soon? I don't know. I want to say by the end of this year. We're really just kind of waiting, literally just waiting on my new wheel setup to get here. I ordered some GMR 3-piece wheels to get rid of my master spacers and hopefully fix this brake squeal or my whatever's going on in the car. But that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, we're just waiting on my new wheels to get here. So once my new wheels get here, we can literally, boom, pull the trigger on some turbo goodies. I know I've been talking about this for a while in a lot of the videos. Alex up in Canada is going to be helping out a lot in the production of the turbo kit for the car. I'm excited about everything that's been done to the car, but I'm like super stoked to get the turbocharger going. We're going to go with the Precision Turbo that's rated at like 600 horsepower. We're not pushing anywhere near that much horsepower, but at least for now. But we know the turbo will be able to hold up. Reliability wise, they'll be able to hold up to that power. And don't come at me, anyone, for like, oh, you don't know. I'm still new to the engine modifying aspect, so this will be a journey for not only me but for y'all as well, who doesn't know too much about what goes on in the motor section when modifying a car. But a turbocharger is coming. I've already got everything priced out, but that's gonna be another video pretty much breaking everything down specifically. I know I have a video talking about, so you want to turbocharge a 4th generation Eclipse, but I'm gonna have a specific price breakdown for anyone who specifically wants to do it. I'm gonna give you all the goodies and details for a pretty legitimate price, if I must say so myself, depending on which route you want to go as far as your turbocharger. And the goal is to make somewhere around 300 horsepower to the wheel once it is boosted, but again, we'll see, and obviously I'll keep you guys posted on that. _AARonPR_ asks, are you planning on ever changing the wheels or running a different setup? I think I just answered that like 3 times already. So yes, the 4 stars are not my final wheel setup. Boom, big reveal, surprise. They never were. I am kind of mad I didn't have a real opportunity to take them to too many shows before I end up ditching them, but those are just wheels I needed to get off my previous wheel setup, my ESRs, because I was running enormous spacers in order to get those to fit to my wide body kit. So these 4 stars are just a temporary run to give a little more stress taken off my car with the wide body, since 4 stars are about the only monoblock wheel you can run with a wide body setup for the most part. I mean, I see other ones, but I know 4 stars definitely known to be ran with wide body kits without jumping straight into 3-piece right away. So it's been about a year, and they did a great job. I loved them. It's cool to see I finally obtained them, but they are already sold. Like I said, we're just waiting on my new GMRs to get here. Not gonna share what those look like just yet. Y'all see obviously in another video, but it's been about a month so far. Today's Wednesday, so today's kind of pretty much made a month. So I'm hoping to hear something back pretty soon on the where my wheels at. So hopefully pretty soon, I want to say sometime in August, they should get here. And I said probably a little bit after, literally as soon as they're on the car, buying a turbo. So yeah. And last but not least, @YDem_Y. What drives you to keep working on the Eclipse and not just buy a 350Z or 370 or a different car? Because it's different. It's eye-catching because it's different. You don't see it every day. Don't get me wrong, I still would love to have a 350 or 370Z, because obviously everything on my car is for a 350Z. So, and I always had a real soft spot for Nissan platforms in general, but the Eclipse has just made it so much easier for me to break away from the crowd, but still kind of follow the general direction of the crowd as far as how the car scene is perceived. It's fun when people ask, what kind of car is that? You know, you'd be quite surprised how often people confuse my car with a Lamborghini. I'm like, no, it is not. Or just some people just have no idea what it is. And I'm like, I like that I could catch you by surprise, because like I said, that's what reels you in. And then once this turbo and these new wheels get on, it's like, dude, top tier, man. So that is ultimately my drive. It's fun to be unique, and the Eclipse just makes it so easy to be unique. And it's fun customizing everything to my car, and just seeing it continue to grow like a Pokemon evolving. It just gets bigger and bigger and better. So it's a fun journey, and you know, I feel like I'd still get that from a Z or any other car, but I don't know, man. It's just something about the Eclipse that does it for me. And like I said a while ago, the best things happen completely by accident. So yeah, it's the unique factor. That's what pushes me to keep working on the car. So I know when I pull up to a show, I am one of one. I don't have to worry about anyone else running the kit similar to mine, or the exact setup of mine. Nah. One of one. And that looks like it's just about all the questions, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you guys are still interested in more questions, or you're more curious, anything for the future, go and drop it in the comments or DM me on my Instagram, and we can see about setting up another Q&A session if you missed this one. But yeah, that's gonna just about do it for this week's video. I know upcoming, I got a few car reviews pretty soon. Like I said, you guys should be seeing my new wheels coming in also pretty soon. Kind of same idea as my 4-star video, a little test fit, and then we're gonna get the tires on, do some glamour shots, and I'm gonna get these wheels off to my other guy who's pretty much waiting on them. Turbo is in the future, coming soon, and yeah, that's just gonna about do it. I appreciate everyone who asked legitimate questions or reached out. Even those who didn't ask legitimate questions, I appreciate you still taking your time to see what's going on in this end of the street, you know. So I hope everyone is having a great time. Please be safe out there during these COVID-19 times. COVID-19? COVID-18? COVID-19, I think it's COVID-19. Corona, make sure you wear your mask, stay sanitized, be safe. We're gonna get through this. And I I'll catch y'all next time. Remember, hold that dream.